Okay, so now we have a couple of buildings that have a facade on the front, and we are going to continue trying to break up the boxiness of all of this by adding more dimension to our buildings. So one easy way to do that is by creating recessed areas. By recessed, I mean an area that is pushed back a little bit farther than the rest of that area. So for example, over here, I'm just going to create a small recessed area here. And that recessed area could be a window. Like, a big strip of window heading around, and I'll probably add some of those like on like this is sort of a skyscraper, maybe here too. Or it could just be an area that is, recessed a bit to make the building look a little bit less like a box. So I think my recessed area is going to be, oh, sorry, let me zoom in a little bit. So my recessed area is going to be here and here. So the first step, of course, is going to be to draw a line from my vanishing point. Oops, too much stuff. Through that point. I don't want to draw a line. I'm not going to draw a line all the way through because then I have to erase it in all of these little spaces, and that's going to be a pain. I can just pick up the line here. I just want to make sure it's lined up with the vanishing point. That's what I'm using my ruler for. And I'll do one from the bottom mark too. So this is where my recessed area is. Excuse me. I'm going to have it wrap all the way around the building. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a horizontal line here that matches up with that, and a horizontal line here matches up with that. Kind of the same way I did for the windows, if you remember that. Okay, that should be straight, but it doesn't seem straight. I'm bothered. Okay, yeah, I think I came up at the end issue. Yeah. A lot of times, if you need to like straighten a line out or something, your eyes will tell you because you'll look at it and you'll be like, that does not look right. If it doesn't look right, go back and redraw the line. Okay, so this is going to be my recessed area. So how do I push it back? Well, just like when you recessed some doors or windows, you start the same way. You're going to draw a line, just a horizontal line, heading back just a bit, just however far you want this to be recessed, and that's really up to you. It's your call how far it should be recessed. I'm going to say it's going to be like here. And so I'll just draw a line going up. And then for this bottom corner here, just like with my door down here, I'm going to have a perspective line going that way. So I need to line it up with my vanishing point. And then, okay, well, you saw that I lined up with the vanishing point, so I'm going to do that now again. Okay, and then I can draw them like that. And then here is just going to be a horizontal line. So I'm just going to make sure it's like, evenly, like spaced even above this horizontal line. That's how I'm kind of doing all my horizontal lines, by the way. I'm not using a T-square or anything. I'm just kind of either using another horizontal line I already did or using the edge of the page as a reference and trying to make a line that's parallel with that. That's how all my parallel line, or how I'm doing all my horizontal lines and also my vertical lines. So some of them may be a teeny bit wonky because I'm not using a T-square, but using a T-square is such a pain. It takes so much longer. So that's why we're doing this the way that we are. if you were in art school and taking a perspective drawing class, which I was unfortunate enough to do, you'd have to use a T-square for every single line to make sure it was perfectly horizontal or vertical, and it was really kind of a pain. Or my professor made it a pain, one of the two. Okay. So here's our recessed area. You can make it a window, like so. Or you can not, and it's just going to be kind of a little architectural feature of the building. And let's see, where's another area where we, oh, yeah, let's have some recessed areas, I think, on this building. So if we, yes, this one. So if we want to have a recessed area that doesn't go all the way to the edge, we can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark the area where we're going to have that kind of trim. And I'm going to first go horizontally. No, vertically. Jesus. I am sorry. Okay, vertically. And then vertically over here. So I'm going to have kind of the whole wall recessed. And basically what this is doing is making it as if there's sort of like a trim going around the edge and corners of my building. And so then from here, I'm just going to line this up with my vanishing point. Oh, line. Actually, I'm going to make that a little bit thinner. It seems too thick. There. Now, how do we make it recessed? Because right now it just looks like we've painted a little area there. Well, again, if we come, remember when we were recessing here, we started with this little lower corner, and we'll do the same thing here. So we did a little corner, bring this up. Maybe I should have chosen a larger building. This is very hard to see. So we've got a little bit of definition there and up there. So I just brought this up here, kind of did a little horizontal line here to go to my corner, my inside corner there. And then from the outside there, I made a perspective line here. And then on the side that's facing us, I can kind of do the same thing. Oh, I forgot. Important step here. Don't forget this. Okay, you know how we came in here? We have to line that up and make a perspective line also. Yeah, like that. So here's our side here. You know, it looks like we've got a little like the rest of this wall is sunken in and we have like this raised trim on the outside. So I'm going to do the same thing here. And if you imagine that this line continued here, that's where the bottom of this wall would be. So I'm going to go ahead and make a horizontal line. Oh, wait, I forgot. The edge of my ruler is all beaten up and not smooth anymore. So I'll use this other edge. So I'm doing that lightly because some of it I'm going to erase. And here is probably a good place to put the edge of my trim on this side. There. Then we can come in. We're just going to clean this up a little bit because we don't want to be able to see. Okay, clean that up too, and then we're going to erase away this bottom bit that we don't need anymore. Okay, and then this is just going to be a horizontal line. But again, if we continue this line, it would be right there. And so we're just going to line the top, like the bottom edge of our top trim with that. So we have this. Again, these are things you don't have to include. I'm just trying to include a whole bunch of different options for sort of architectural details in case you want to use them. Now to make this perspective. So I'm going to come to this corner here. And I'm going to line it up with my vanishing point. And I'm going to line this corner up with my vanishing point as well. And now I'm going to just do a line up like that. And then we can just do a vertical line. No, a horizontal line. Blah. I'm at the point where I'm getting them all mixed up now. Cross like that. You can clean this up too. There we go. So we've got some trim here. And you could, end this above the door if you wanted and just do a square. If you don't want it to come like all the way down to the ground, you could do that too. I think over here I'm going to create sort of a recessed area above this, and that's going to end up being a sign. So I'm just trying to show some different options for how to use this technique because it's pretty versatile, really. So we'll just make ourselves a little rectangle. Like that. So this is going to be our recessed area. And so I'm going to come to the bottom corner that's opposite my vanishing point. And there's, wait, I screwed that up. Hang on. That's not right. Okay, that looks better. So now I'm just going to add an edge there. Oh, oops, I don't need to do all that. And add an edge here. And this is very much like a recessed window. There we go. So I've got sort of a recessed area here too. And you could put a matching one over on the other side of the building if you really wanted. Start with 2 vertical lines. And then I'm just going to line them up with the vanishing point. And things get a little bit sticky when you're very close to being flat, when you're very close to the horizon line. Okay, so, okay, I'm gonna start here with that little line showing how much I'm recessing the area. Okay. So I've got this going on. So I'm sorry, I'm all sniffling over here and everything. I'm still kind of sick. But that's how you could create a recessed area. How else? Actually, I think that's probably good. We've got like a flat strip to add like a major architectural detail. We've got recessing most of a wall so that you're just leaving trim. And then we've got recessing just panels. So very similar to recessing windows. And that is about it for this one. So I will do larger cutouts in the next video for things like balconies or a building that isn't totally flat on top, things like that.